but didn't get the wins in. So probably got unlucky on big countries there a couple times.
It even makes it more important that you win this game, and one of them will make a big step towards not being at the bottom again, or still. So I think this game matters a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And we're starting off here in the moving game in what looks like Indonesia. Not a lot of clues I see yet on either side. It is Malaysia, though.
No, we have a Indo-Pole, and we even has a
Tapanuli.
Tapanuli, yeah.
Don't know that one.
Is where he is, I think, and he even found the town name. Wow, wow, that was very quick by Shiina.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. How is Shiina so far down? If he plays like this in every match, there's no way in hell he's losing that many games.
No, not at all.
I'm a bit surprised by Leero insta-guessing the wrong country. He's usually very confident on insta-guessing.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
what
surprised to see it.
So, I was mentioning that earlier, where in moving games, sometimes you just assume you know the country and then move around and look for infos and then make a region guess based on the information. However, you skip the part of getting the country right. And we are in Denmark here. Those signs, Shiina, somewhat in the middle, covering all of the country. However, Leero is right with his region guess there.
Yeah, region guessing Denmark, not the easiest thing, really.
Not at all.
Doesn't have a lot of high yield clues, really. If it's hilly, you usually go at the north area, but that wasn't even hilly, so shout out that he still got it. Speaking of countries that have a bit more clues available, Russia.
Yeah, it is Russia. We have some signs that are not helpful at all, though. Probably just a small town, somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
We might have black car, which would indicate like Pskov or something west of Moscow. So I kind of like Leero's hover right now.
Yeah, they are both over there. Shiina already lining up the road. I don't know if this would be a yellow road, though, because it is just very rural, but I could be wrong. Nope, it was just some white road around Tver. Leero somewhat closer and striking back.
Yeah, basically evening it out.
Yeah.
So far, no real moving. I mean, we saw some moving in the first Indo round where Shiina found the right sign. Don't think anybody's gonna even bother moving in a Uganda round.
Both didn't move a single bit here.
Yeah.
Oh, Shiina's moving now. I mean, he has those extra seconds. Might as well make use of that, but yeah.
Uganda, sadly, with this car only in the capital, really. And there are some other cars, but those are usually considered trackers, so they don't come out as much. We see this capital a lot, and they always recognize it.
Yep, I would agree.
So many signs with so many names, but they don't seem very helpful, if I'm being quite honest.
No, we should be in Estonia here, I think.
Yeah, we have dashed lines, we have the, like, Estonian-Finnish language. I'm not even sure how related those languages are. They're pretty close to each other, but they're different, I think.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on that. They have some similarities in their language. Of course, you recognize it's Estonia by the looks here, though. They are both just making a region guess.
You know, just looking, maybe you can find their town name. There's a town name, but... And it is tiny island.
Yeah, on an island.
It's like the smallest island in Indonesia. Estonia that has coverage. My bad.
It would be quite interesting if that would belong to Indonesia.
Well, one day, maybe.
Who knows? And we are moving on in a very rural round. Looks like Southeast Asia again.
Looks like Philippines with that poster.
I would say, yeah, with that political poster, Philippines makes the most sense. And especially the Davao region, I feel like makes sense here with the amount of palms.
And this fence, I think, is also...
Yeah.
There's Cagayo, but not Cagayan. So, not too helpful. I'm not sure how there's a election in Philippines every single time the Google car drives past, because I feel like there's an ad everywhere. And we have Palawan. Ooh, that could be big for Leero.
Ooh, is that Palawan? Actually, yeah. Could
But
see
it looks
that
like
one as well.
we got to the same sign, so
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge points evaded from...
Borlan as well. He clicks on the label, which you shouldn't do usually in the Philippines,
Yeah, in
because they are
Philippines.
off from where it actually is. So he should click on the road next to it for some extra points.
It is hard to see whether it was south of that or north, though, because it's so misplaced. See, it's even closer to the north.
A good chunk of points, I would say, by clicking on the label, because the labels are always misplaced. Not always, but most of the times. They are a bit misplaced from
that was an important find by Shiina in the last second. If he goes a bit different in the moving game, he just doesn't find that sign. And to me, it didn't look like Palawan at all. I'm not getting that without that sign.
Yeah, was
So
definitely looking a bit weird, but I didn't get a Palawan guess. However, here we are in Guatemala again. And what do we have? What do we have, Siggy? We have some volcanoes, we have some mountains.
A similar area where the other locations were today.
Yeah.
Shiina basically on it, and Leero very similar, I guess. Well,
but this time it was on the other side.
A big town. Okay.
Yeah. Wanna
be
on the safe side though, but it's hard to commit to that side in Guatemala sometimes.
Now it goes on. We have information overload. We have Taiping. We have... It says Ipoh.
Some Arabic script. Ipoh as well.
So it says Perak. It says Batu Gajah. Yeah, I think he has it.
Yeah.
But I think the other one is correct, so it should be Perak. Leero not too far away, actually, without seeing the sign.
Yeah.
Actually getting closer because...
Very good vibe guesser, yeah. I don't know if he had any info. I don't think I've seen him spotting any.
As we saw in Lenly's moving games, losing those few points can matter. Shiina definitely insistent there, lost a few points, 400, and he gave up the lead. We are in Austria with those bollards and this German language, obviously.
Town sign. Do not know where Ersdorf is. We also had some more info underneath, but I don't think that's too helpful.
So
yeah, I could see that region around Vienna again. Or like Linz area, one of those two. Yep, was pretty far west, actually. Close to Salzburg.
Pretty close to Germany, and now Shiina 250 points. It's definitely possible. And 5.5 actually definitely just need to get 50 points closer. But he has to get closer now. Otherwise, it goes down 0-1.
That is how it is. For now, it looks like Spain to me. I'm always...
We found something.
Shouting
it's
a bit too early, I think, but yeah, this should be Spain.
There's Uni Rioja.
Language.
It's actually the town of Rioja. It is a town name. Kinda looks right from the landscape, so I don't hate it because we have those mountains, and mountains are pretty common in the north, especially if they look like that. So where will Leero guess? We'll go south.
Oh, we have a split on sides of the country.
But it is Shiina finding a very good sign.
Shiina on it. That's a game-winning guess.
All his health in the last round.
Oh, wow.
Bang on it.
Yeah, he was on point there, just how he was in the Indonesia round as well. Shiina playing that very well, making very good use of every information he got in this moving game.
Yeah, you can definitely see he has more experience in moving games, finding those crucial signs, and that's kind of what moving is really all about. You have to get to the signs first before you can use them, usually. Or in the best case scenario, they're not at spawn, because that kind of makes it boring. But well, what do we have here? It looks like a very interesting round.
Yeah, we are in Turkey, however...
Turkey pickup coverage is in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's not always east. This looks northern to me, but I don't know where.
Yeah, by default you go central north, but I'm not too sure on this one. Could see like Kastamonu, anything like that. In the central north. Yeah, not sure. Anything along that span east of Kastamonu also makes sense. Yeah, was more east. Was in Ordu province actually. Yeah, central north is a Pretty safe guess. Usually towards the east you get more clues like hazelnut or tea.
True.
Especially if you have this good view all around you, but yeah, you never know.
And we have no clues. We have palm trees in India, and sadly the whole country is surrounded by water pretty much. So you have a lot of these. Poles don't look too helpful either.
Again, we have a lot of poles, but I don't think they are too helpful. Actually, a lot of clues to work with here. We have a spam of palms, we have a couple buildings, we have poles. Those are usually the things you want in a country to make a region guess based on that. However, in India it can still be very difficult since a lot of places look similar in the country.
Looks like East Coast somewhere. We even have one like palm you get in Assam, but I don't think it's Assam. Now Shiina's considering Assam. I don't think you want to go Assam on the shrubbery though.
No. He should
definitely East Coast
I
somewhere.
think that's a safe guess in Andhra Pradesh, and
just middle.
Yeah, a bit more inland, but at least on the latitude he got correct there together with Leero, sharing the same somewhat region. And we are in Europe.
Looks like we have a flag there. It looks like a Swedish flag, maybe.
Maybe I saw some yellow on it.
Yeah, that's also what I saw. I mean, the rest of the landscape is pretty interesting for Sweden, I have to say.
Yeah.
But I think it would fit with the camper van.
Yeah.
You know, they like
These
camping.
houses also are like wooden houses, painted wooden houses. Makes sense.
I just don't see another country making a lot of sense here, so kind of have to go with Sweden, especially with this flag, because it definitely isn't Ukraine. So, but Leero, no guess down yet, but he will also get there in the end.
Definitely.
In the East Coast, though.
Ooh.
Takes a sip, leans back.
Committing the
Nice
coast there.
That's how he rolls. Is that readable? Somewhere on a coast. It's almost
we have
like,
holy poles again.
yeah, it looks like Gujarat coast. I was about to say that. Didn't see the holy pole yet, but if you say so, I believe.
I would say it looks like a holy pole.
Looks like that.
For context for the chat, holy poles, we call the poles which have holes in them, which is a region-specific pole in India. You see it in Gujarat, in the state of Gujarat, and I would say it also looks like Gujarat, therefore you should consider it. Now they are trying to make a reasonable guess within Gujarat.
You have a Sri Lanka plonk?
Ooh.
Definitely think he will change to Gujarat. Okay. He had me worried there for a second, but now he's zoomed into the holy pole twice, so he's definitely sure.
Yeah, he knows it's Gujarat, he's switching.
And see, the town name did start with a D on the sign, so you definitely found that.
Definitely. It had a coastal vibe as well.
Bit of a port city there. This looks like the new coverage in Kenya with this car. Not to be confused with Panama, has to be said.
Ideally, you shouldn't guess Panama here. However, making a good region guess is also pretty difficult. Most of the times in Kenya.
Very dry landscape. Usually something you see more east of Nairobi, but not too far out. It's north.
It's north, yeah. Kenya is super hard. I gotta respect Shiina for making a very committed guess there.
Yeah, especially because there's not a lot of coverage down there, so you kind of like playing with fire. He still has the multis to do anything really. And we are in Mexico? Not sure.
Looks like it to me. We have
Add water to
those
the
diagonal poles. We have an exposed front on the car, which you can also use as a region guess, to make a region guess. Not happening in too many states. They are both looking at everything, containing every info they can, looking at the terrain, making use of the mountain range.
Yeah, Big Mountain East, I don't really know where that happens. I mean, this just looks like it's somewhere west of CDMX, where Leero is kind of in that region right now, just because it looks very generic. No cacti.
Yeah.
It's kind of how you get it. Maybe it's Puebla, something closer to CDMX, but
I could see that. I like that area around that.
They will end up in the very same spot, I think.
Yeah.
Just because it's the most logical guess here. And CDMX would have been closest again.
Yeah.
That might be enough to force Shiina into an NPC game, and Leero is quite good at NPC. So Shiina will not be happy to have not closed the game out.
No, definitely not. He will have a harder time against Leero on the NPC format where you only get a still image. Not really the format he's playing the most. However, Leero is known to play NPC.
But let's see. Anything can happen.
No.
Especially with this map. Especially with rounds like this.
Ooh.
Are we in France?
France or Italy? With a little chance of Spain, but I think it's more like Italy or France.
I would pick the border between those two, maybe.
Yeah, the border between Italy and France is something I like. And that's also where Shiina guessed.
Yeah,
and it is on the border between Italy and France.
It doesn't matter which side it is, because it just looks like the border.
You just gotta know what it looks like. And moving over to this very interesting pavement here.
Yeah, from an easier round to a bit of a harder round in Europe, I imagine,
Could
with
it
this
be
general
Germany?
landscape. I thought about it, but I would maybe send like Hungary on this.
Yeah,
I have a Germany
that
guess.
also makes sense.
I had Leero right now. And Shiina is considering Russia.
Ooh.
Don't see Russia. See anything in Europe, though.
Yes, should be Europe.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, Russia also has parts in Europe, but I don't think it's anywhere in Russia. Hedging it out in Poland, it was indeed Germany, all the way northeast.
If you still count that as Germany, that is barely, that's part of the North Sea.
Yeah. Pretty far out there. Moving over to this round, we have a yellow license plate, white middle line.
Wait, so you're telling me
Ghana.
they get Ghana without the tape?
Hey, you can maybe see it in the reflection of the car.
True.
I would assume that's what they did, because how else would they know it's Ghana?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Can't be real.
No.
And pretty even matchup so far. 1k health.
Definitely. I don't see anyone really committing anything. They just go the safe route and click somewhere in between all the areas that make sense to them. And we are moving over to this round again in Europe.
Both in the Brittany area. Does make a lot of sense with French architecture. But it almost looks like the UK, so...
Yeah. I think you meant it the other way around. With British architecture, but it looks like France?
No.
Because that... Okay.
I mean, the architecture is still French, no? Because...
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I think,
No. I mean,
think you make it based on the black roofs usually in that
I mean,
area. And that's more of a UK thing, but...
I can barely speak,
round,
but I can't keep up with the pace here with you just understanding I don't even know where he sent because
we have southern reflectors, so I like the Georgia guess. And they both end up in Georgia.
Yep. The reflectors also found in Florida. They are just yellow, nothing else, just a bump. And they're usually on both sides of the road. Makes them probably one of the most helpful reflectors in the US.
Definitely.
I can't wait for John Harvey Kellogg to correct me on that one. So, forward. We're in Brazil.
We are in
red soil.
Indeed, hopefully. I mean,
red
everything
soil.
speaks for Brazil here. It's very flat red soilish, which makes me think like Goiás or something.
It is Goiás, and Shiina is in Goiás, which means he will get 2.5k points.
Also, very good region is within Goiás there. Getting good points indeed.
Ooh, is this what I think it is?
Moving over to this round, Ziggy.
Are we looking at the Monterey Mountains? Are we?
I mean, they are on our west. That is right.
They are pretty big, and we
It
see
looks
Shiina going
pretty
there.
American, which makes me think north in Mexico. So Monterrey is a good shout. We have Shiina and Monterrey, and they both get it.
Leero almost getting the right road somehow.
Yeah,
I mean, Monterrey is not a small city, so interesting.
not at
that
all. He probably used the mountain range there.
Oh, actually, yeah,
Just-
the mountain range stopped.
You
So
can, it was straight east to us, so you just guess straight. No, it was straight west of us, and he guessed straight east of it. This way around.
keep spawning in these urban environments, which make it very hard. We have
Should be
these,
Asia though, because we have. We actually
Like
have Chinese language. We have Chinese language on the left, right? Is it Malay
No, I
then?
don't know if we're in Malay or not, because you have these like roofs on the left that kind of like bend down at the end.
Yeah,
That's usually a
it
thing
should be
that's Malay,
Malaysia.
or it is North Sumatra, which is where Leero is. I kind of like the Medan guess. It could be Medan
Could be
because of the
could
pole,
be.
just because of the pole. But I have a Batam guess.
Do we also get Chinese script in Sumatra?
I have no clue,
I'm not
but
sure.
we'll see. Both of them in Indonesia, so I'll trust them. It is
Wow.
what? Wow.
Oh
Got
my
Tibing
God.
Tingi, or whatever the town there is, correct?
and
And he's not even
doing
reacting. Bro is like, yeah,
A
whatever, bro.
lean. Just another day for Leero. And that is a crazy guess to end off this game. Shiina versus Leero. Leero picking it up in the NPC game, as we expected.